Welcome all. This is a quick impromptu video to demonstrate the BRONCO OV-10A AE mod version 2.0. Okay. The AE mod is add-ons for the BRONCO and enhancements. Enhancements typically do not change the function of the base mod nor the add-on mod. There's only one exception to date, and that would be with the updated starting sequence. Okay, so what's an enhancement? An enhancement is something very simple. For example, under the BRONCO icon here, I've added a description for the North American Rockwell OV-10 BRONCO, and also added a credits file. Okay. The mod developer being DieConnect, and also special thanks to Mad Bomber for the guide developed in concert with DieConnect. And again, working also with DieConnect, Leona Smera has developed the add-ons and enhancements. That's me. Okay, we're currently at release version 2. I do encourage you to see the README file in the latest release for a full list of details regarding the add-ons and enhancements. Okay. Additional enhancements you'll find under your settings tab, controls for the OV-10 under your categories. There was a number of switches under the BRONCO Systems switch category, which I broke out into flat trim panel and the start electric control panel. To be consistent with the nomenclature and terminology used in the NATOPS flight manual. The night vision has also been recategorized just slightly. The knee board, which was incorporated in my initial release, has also been updated. Okay. So looking under the, let's look at the start electrical control panel first. Okay. With the exception of the left start and the right start sequence, everything functions as the same from the base mod. The left start and right start sequence have been updated to be in alignment with the real life OV-10. Pretty close. Not quite there, but real close. And the same thing with the flat trim panel has been updated to reflect the nomenclature and terminology used on both the panels and in the flight manual. Okay, moving on. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open up a mission, and we're going to go ahead and demonstrate some of the add-ons and the enhancements. We're going to be using the Nevada Testing and Training Range map for this. Give it a minute to load. And the screen may glow black for a moment, but it shouldn't take long. Alright. Start that mission. There's that black screen. It shouldn't take too long to get through it. There we go. We're going to go ahead and select the first BRONCO here. Alright. Let it get loaded up. Alright. We're going to take a quick look on the outside of the BRONCO. Okay. Currently the BRONCO is equipped with, I believe it's the Mark IV pod. And what we're going to do is we're going to hop back in to the cockpit, and we're going to go to our ground crew. We're going to rearm, and we're going to select the Mark IV, I believe is what it is. Yes, the Mark IV. Then we're going to go over to fuel tanks, and we're going to select the bottom fuel tank, 150 gallons. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and rearm.
Request rearming. Copy.
Now while we're waiting for that, that feature is available if you have the A4E mod installed. If you do not have it installed, it will default to the default BRONCO 150 gallon tank. That's the top one from the two selected. Give just another moment.
Rearming complete.
Okay, let's take another look outside. There we go. There's the A4 150 gallon tank. That was incorporated in version 1.24 and will continue to be there going forward. At least intended to be. Okay. Step back into the cockpit. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to hit the pause button. And when you do that, you're going to see a manual entry in the list here. Once you do that, that's going to bring up the guide that was put together by Mad Bomber. The functionality within the mod itself is this is my actual mod right here to add this capability. But the guide itself is developed by Mad Bomber with permission from Diconnect. Okay. The next mod is NVGs. Even though it's daylight, we'll go ahead and engage that. So we'll engage that now. There's our NVGs. Reduce the gain. There we go. And I'm under VR, so it's going to look a little different. I'm going to go ahead and go back to normal or turn it off. There we go. Alright, so we've covered the fuel tank, the NVG, and the guide. Next we have the checklist. The checklist is currently at revision 3, which incorporates the lightest starting sequence, which is consistent with the NATOPS flight manual. Okay, and before we start, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the starting an electrical control panel here. This is one that's been enhanced in the categories. The switch terminology you will see lines up with the terminology and nomenclature of the flight manual and this panel, of course. Same thing with the flap and trim panel here. These two have been recategorized in the OV-10 section. I do plan to do more of the panels later on. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ready for a start to demonstrate the enhanced starting function. So landing gear handle is down, flap handle switch is in the full up position, trim select is normal. Okay, yaw dampener switch off. Okay, external lights master switch, external lights, it is. Power levers ground start, it is. Condition levers fuel cutoff, it is. Battery switch off. Generator switches on. Okay, on number 1, on number 2. You can bind these switches as normal to any of the switches on your HOTAS. Okay, instrument power switch in the off position. The air start switch is auto. I believe I have bound these. There we go. Number 2. There we go. The master arm switch is in the off position. TACON selector is off. Any collision light. Turn that on. Internet light on. Okay. And our interior lights as desired. We'll go ahead and dial that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's our cockpit check. Now before start, we're going to check our propellers are clear. They are. Then we go ahead and battery switch on. Okay, we got our instrument lights. Very good. Okay, we already checked our propellers clear. And then with the new starting sequence, what we're going to do is we're going to engage the start switch and we're going to hold on the desired engine. I'm going to start the number 1 engine first. Okay. At 6 to 10% RPM, we're going to induce fuel. We're going to continue to hold the switch until we reach 15 seconds, and then we're going to release. So we're going to monitor the clock right here. Okay, 15 seconds, engage. Okay, we got 6 to 10% induce fuel. We're going to be looking for EDT rise and RPM rise. Approaching 15 seconds, release the switch, and the engine will continue to start. There we go. We're going to select inverter number 1. So what's changed? In the base mod, when you select your start sequence, you have to, the start switch is placed in the start. Once you get a light off, engine RPM, then you have to select run. In this case, you do not. It will automatically return to run after the 15-second start cycle. So we're coming up on a minute. We're going to go ahead and engage our number 2 engine. Start switch now. Okay, there it is, start switch. We're looking for the 6 to 10% induce fuel. Okay, looking for the GTT rise, RPM rise. We're coming up on 15 seconds, and I'm going to release the switch, and it returns to run. That's as close as I can get it to the real life OV-10 start sequence at this point. Okay, both engines are up and running. Okay, next what we're going to do is check our gun sight. If we were to follow the checklist, there we go. That's good. Okay, condition levers fuel. We're not on hung start, so before taxi, we want to check our number 2 instrument inverter. That looks good. Then reset back to number 1. Okay, trim check. We're going to set half a degree down. Alright, for normal takeoff. Okay, TACON set as required. We're not going to need it. Fuel quantity is good. We're full fuel. Flight control check. Okay. Okay, let's check outside. Okay. Okay, rudders. Elevator. Okay, ailerons. Right aileron up, left down. Left aileron up, right down. Okay, flaps from up to approach. Approach to full down. Okay, full down to approach. And we're going to leave them there. Alright. Okay, we're going to close that. Alright. Those are the enhancements and the mods. We're not going to go fly. I do hope you enjoy the mod and the enhancements. It does work on multiplayer servers the same way. I've tested it. The multiplayer server I normally fly on with the OV-10 is down today, so I'm not able to demonstrate that. If you are having problems with the mod, particularly crashing to the desktop, it's a couple things. It's normally associated with the NS430. Disable that, and also if you're navigating back to your cockpit view using the escape key. If you're still having problems, remove the mod, remove the base mod, do a clean install, and reinstall on top of that, and that normally takes and fix any of the issues. Alright, this is Leonis. I appreciate your time. Do look me up on Twitch. You can find me at, I stream occasionally. My streamer name is Leonis Morrow. Look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for your time.